Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm a Ukrainian. I have decided I will vlog daily from my country, Ukraine, since the start of this awful war with Russia. And in my daily videos, I try to update you on the important real-life situations in Ukraine. And of course, I'm always glad to answer your questions and to clarify some facts from our history, our culture, or whatever interests you. And today I have decided I want to speak about an extremely important element of the Ukrainian victory and also a truly cultural phenomenon that takes place nowadays and since 2014, that is volunteering. Volunteering is a very serious and a very strong movement inside Ukraine that backs up our army and helps it win. And recently we have recorded one very interesting video, and hopefully soon I will be able to share it with you, with one woman, and she says a very smart phrase, a very deep phrase actually, that it perhaps to some extent it is not correct to call this movement to support army with medications, weapons, clothes, whatever they need. It is not okay to call this volunteering, because to some extent we have these positive associations, like from everyday life, when you have a hobby or in your free time, you volunteer doing something that you like or something that you consider important, but still it is not vital. It is not the question of survival. Like doing some social work, I don't know, volunteering on various civil occasions or cultural occasions. And here, volunteering was and is an important element of Ukraine's survival and a totally unique phenomenon. And I don't think something similar is possible in many countries, and definitely something similar is impossible in Russia, because people are not motivated, people do not protect their land, and this is a totally different level of love and attitude to your motherland. So it all started in 2014. After Maidan Revolution, Russia decided to annex Crimea and Donbass and Luhansk, and the Ukrainian government was not yet formed, and many people got in the situations, including politicians, in the situation they have never been in. With all these green people appearing in the Crimea, people actually did not know what to do. And there were no centralized, organized, normal decisions, and people were in doubts. And various today's allies, they tell us, they told us then, don't overreact, let's not provoke Russia, and so on. So at a very particular moment, it was just the people's decision to protect Ukraine. And many people who were fighting in the east of Ukraine were volunteers, and they were also backed up by volunteers. Because of the years of Yanukovych regime and years when Russia tried to take over Ukraine silently, as they did with Belarus, we were seriously demilitarized. In some of my vlogs, I speak about this demilitarization when Russia took away various old weapons, planes, missiles that they now return back to Ukraine, but in a totally unexpected and wrong way. So within 2010, 2014, we were seriously demilitarized. So not only army was not our priority in the government before that, because we're a peaceful country and we were generally on that wave of demilitarization, but also it was Russia's purpose to take away everything that we can use if they decide to attack or annex, or what they did. And at the moment in 2014, our army was very poor. It lacked not only weapons, but basic equipment, clothes, people, and it was very much Soviet still in its standards and attitudes. And volunteers, people who decided to change that. And I do remember pictures of Ukrainian soldiers wearing sneakers or wearing like flip-flops sometimes, because they went to the east, they did not have time to prepare, and they were just like taking with them whatever they could. And volunteers started working and started buying, collecting money, buying things that soldiers need and bringing them to the east and backing up them with everything that they need. So practically many of them continued working during this period, because once again, this war did not start on the 24th of February. It started long before that, in 2014. So many volunteer groups, funds, they continued working. Many were on pause because the demand was lower. And now it was pretty easy for them to gather again and to continue working. If I had to describe this main areas of their work, I would definitely say that they try to provide Ukrainian soldiers with weapons, with uniforms, with medications, with food, and with cars. Many people ask me, even in comments, that why do you need so many cars, for example? Because at the front line, many things are destroyed within days, either because of missiles, shootings, or because of bad roads, bad conditions, and various blows-ups. And people often lose not only cars, but their belongings, I don't know, everything they had, clothes, medications, but hopefully if it is still good when they survive. So the most important thing to be preserved is definitely human's life, but all the things they have with them in the east of Ukraine, they can very quickly lose. That's why cars do not live long in hot zones. They are either broken or destroyed, or they need some fixing because of the roads and conditions they're working. That's why volunteers, they continue working, and this is a non-stop process. And many serious Ukrainian funds appeared, and I will leave links to maybe the most popular ones that have the English page on them, and you can trust them. But of course, there are local initiatives that support local soldiers, local brigades. They have connections. Many people work to support their family members, to buy bulletproof vests, to buy the weapons that people need, medications, and so on and so forth. Also, as far as I know, Ukrainian volunteers have really good connections with volunteers in Poland, in Lithuania, in the United States, in Canada, many other countries, so they know what things to buy. They are super professional. They understand what type of drone is good, what type of drone is bad, what lights they need, what clothes are better. And this is a totally unique phenomenon, because lots of Ukrainians donate their money. Lots of artists, musicians, concerts, famous people, they donate, and average Ukrainians, small children, people, they try to give particular sums of money to these trustworthy funds, and all of that works like that. To tell you the truth, even Ukrainian government and ministries, they set some standards, some needs, and serious volunteering funds continue working and collecting money even for the state needs. And also, for example, one of the funds was collecting money on Bayractars, just as Lithuanians did. Now a Ukrainian showman who was also a comedian, Serhiy Pritula, was collecting money for his birthday for 4 Bayractars, and when he got the money, the company presented him with these weapons, and now everybody is laughing. How can we use this sum that is left? And some even offered to buy Belarus to free it and to like back up Ukraine in this case. Also, many of you ask me about serious international organizations like Caritas, like Red Cross, and as with many international organizations, they are very much concerned, but you cannot see clearly the way they work. And here inside Ukraine, we had a serious scandal with Red Cross, because at the beginning of this war, Red Cross, of course, I understand that such organizations are supposed to be neutral. But once again, when we have genocide, when we have terroristic attacks, when we have massacres, perhaps it's not okay to be neutral. And at the beginning, Red Cross helped organize humanitarian corridors to Russia too. And many people did not want to walk these corridors, because it seemed more like not a humanitarian corridor but deportation. And also one of the bad signals was that the head of the Red Cross went to Russia to meet Lavrov, when this war started, and that was also a bad signal. And in Ukraine, I know that some offices were even like people came out to shout with these posters, went on strike next to Red Cross offices. I'm also very grateful because I know that many of you fund and support Ukrainian volunteers, and this is really important. And I don't see much fraud, or of course war is always a difficult period, and there can be examples when money do not go the way they are supposed, but in general this is a very respectable and neat and transparent movement. And the majority of professional volunteers, they even provide photos of the things they buy and how these things get to the soldiers, hiding faces, hiding locations, but still proving you that the things you donated were bought, and other examples. Also, I'm grateful for another kind of volunteering when you contact your senators, when you contact your politicians, or simply put a flag outside demonstrating local authorities that Ukraine is an important country today because it fights for freedom, and we cannot think it's normal to destroy the country that is free and independent just because a Russian dictator and a group of Russian orgs decided it is possible. So thank you once again for being with Ukraine, standing with Ukraine. This is an extremely important time for the planet. Also, I'm very grateful for you for the fact that you watch my videos, you like them if you like them, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Slava Ukraini!